and welcome to Politics Unplugged. I'm Ann Trujillo. Last week, former Governor John Hickenlooper dropped out of the presidential race, and now he is shaking things up here in Colorado's political scene and running for U.S. Senate. Meeting with voters and reporters in Golden Thursday night, Hickenlooper said he's taken a long look at himself and he feels Coloradans are misrepresented in Washington right now, and that his decision is really a function of how he can make a difference. Right away, reporters went directly to Hickenlooper's own words he said right here on Politics Unplugged, that he didn't feel he was cut out to be a senator. So why should Colorado voters believe him now, and does he regret that choice of words?
I have said for a long time that Washington's broken. I've said that Washington's a lousy place for somebody like me that likes to get stuff done. But at a certain point, you have to make a decision whether you're going to sit on the sidelines and just be a critic, or whether you're going to turn around and actually try to do something. And I spent a lot of time thinking about it, and I want to be part of the solution. I don't want to sit on the sidelines. I felt that Washington was broken. That Washington was a place where good ideas went to die, and that I wasn't cut out to be in a place where nothing got done, because that's how I've defined myself. But my absolute commitment is I'm going to go to Washington and not just be someone who sits around. I'm going to start building relationships and do everything I can, not just with other senators, but with the community, to try to figure out how do we address climate change? How do we get some? Look at the inflation and healthcare costs. We haven't seen real action in controlling healthcare costs. Certainly since Obama. But listen, I spent a lot of time thinking about this. It's my own decision. I did talk to thousands and thousands, maybe not thousands, but I talked to a lot of people about this because I wanted to make sure it was the right decision. It had to be the right decision for me. If I'm not 1,000% into this, I'm not going to be any good. I'm not going to be any good in the election. I'm not going to be any good in the Senate. And I am determined to be someone who makes a difference in Washington. The U.S. Senate right now is one of the most important places in the country, and especially if you look at what it means to Colorado. We are more at risk through climate change as it accelerates. Our ski industry, which is an essential part of what, not just our economy, but of who we are. You go talk to anybody who works in the ski area and tell them they're not worried about the future of their industry. And yet, Cory Gardner's not battling for climate change. He's not out there speaking about it, acts like maybe it exists, he'll say, but he's not pushing for any solutions. In the end, again, the voters of Colorado are going to have to make the decision, but I think I can do a better job than Cory Gardner representing the people of Colorado, right? We expanded healthcare coverage. We didn't try and take it away from people. We've addressed climate change, right? We didn't deny it existed. I want to take that choice to the Colorado voters.
Now, when he ran for governor, Hickenlooper traveled the state and says his strategy this time around will be the same. In fact, he says he wants to visit every county twice.
Because I want to make the case, right, that somebody who's, both as a small business owner and an entrepreneur, as a mayor and then a governor, I spent my life bringing people together and getting stuff done, and that is what is really so missing in Washington. And maybe Washington, I know it's kind of scary for you guys to think about this, but maybe Washington needs somebody like me.
Bottom line, Hickenlooper thinks he can make a bigger difference in Washington than staying here in Colorado. Of course, about a dozen other people feel the same way. Hickenlooper joins an already crowded Democratic field running to take on Cory Gardner, and his decision is not sitting well with some of his fellow Democrats. Andrew Romanoff suggested Hickenlooper was nothing more than the Democratic mirror image of Cory Gardner. Angela Williams said he's consistently failed to fight for the solutions the state and country need. And Diana Bray, a climate activist, said Hickenlooper is a fighter, all right, but only for the oil and gas industry. Now, according to a poll done in early July before he even announced, results showed if former Colorado Governor Hickenlooper ran for U.S. Senate, he would lead all of the Democratic candidates. That poll, which was conducted on behalf of a national Democratic group, found among 600 likely Democratic voters, 61% preferred Hickenlooper. Mike Johnston followed at 10%, Andrew Romanoff at 8%. All right, so how are Republicans responding to Hickenlooper's decision to run? An RNC spokesperson says for months now, John Hickenlooper told anyone who would listen that he would not make a good senator. We could not agree more. Senator Cory Gardner says Hickenlooper is just another liberal in the clown car. And Thursday night, President Trump tweeted about Governor Hickenlooper joining the race, tweeting, quote, Senator Gardner has done a fantastic job representing the people of Colorado. He adds John Hickenlooper is badly damaged after this horrible run for president. After this break, we're talking to Congressman Ed Perlmutter, so stay right there.